welcome back to the channel. Joanna here. I hope you're having a fantastic day, whatever day of the week it is that you are watching this on. This is the first major cathedral that I went to in England. It was when my mom came down and we went and spent a week in Liverpool. There's actually a really cool story for me behind this video, so I really wanted to include that for you guys in this. So I went the first day by myself, separated from my mom and my stepdad. They went and did their thing. I went off to this cathedral to film and get some photos. They were like half an hour away from closing when I got there. So I wasn't aware of that right away. I just kind of walked around. I was like filming and stuff. And then I asked someone what time they were open till and found out. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay. So I just kind of decided to keep going around until I got kicked out. And I did get kicked out. I was in the lady chapel and this man came down. He was like, excuse me, it's time to leave. And I was like, okay, no problem. So I left and I'm like, I need to go back to this cathedral because it was just so insanely beautiful that I did not want to miss out on it. So I believe it was the next day, maybe 2 days later, I walked my butt all the way up there again. And I get there and it seems really, really busy compared to when I was there last. And I'm like, oh no. And there's people kind of at the gate. And I walked up and I was like, are people allowed in today? And he's like, usually, yes. He's like, not today because we are catching up on graduations. And I'm like, oh. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, that's okay. He's like, you can come back tomorrow though. I'm like, I leave tomorrow. And he was like, oh. And he little older man, he goes to one of his colleagues for volunteers. And he's like, do you mind if I just take her and like show her some of the photos down that part of the building? And they were like, yeah, sure. So he actually took me down the side of the cathedral, took me into this hallway where they have all these old original photos of it like being built and all these details and stuff. So in a sense, I got a better video, I think, because he's explaining to me everything that's happening in all these photos that you probably wouldn't see otherwise. Like, I would not have gone into this hallway and seen these photos because it's kind of like this back end area of the cathedral. So I thought that was really cool. If I'm wrong and you have seen these photos yourself and it's totally an open thing, then please correct me and I apologize. But either way, I feel like this was super, super amazing. So I have some of the footage that you'll see where I was just kind of like walking in. I was really nervous because it was my first time filming inside of a cathedral and I kind of felt weird about it. Like I didn't realize that it was just a normal thing that people just go in and take pictures of these places like all the time. So if the footage is a little shoddy, that's why. But yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to click the like button. It's a small thing that helps me out a lot. If you like my vibe, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video. I have seen more cathedrals, so there will be a few more videos at least of cathedrals like this, and we have lots of other videos that are pre-filmed for you of castles and haunted locations and just tons of cool things. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks.
was conceived by the Holy Ghost, born of the Virgin Mary. He has sent him to heaven. From the Father Almighty, whence he shall come to judge the living. Almighty God, through thy only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, has opened the dead and opened unto us the gate of everlasting life. We humbly beseech thee, that as by thy special grace servants of the King's regiment, and so strengthen us that in hardship and danger we may fear of thee. For thou art with us, who with the Father and the Holy Ghost livest and reignest forever.
Building towards now, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
And you can see how rough they look.
Yeah.
Well, and they've got a massive space at
Yeah.
the back, a lot of crackers done at the back.
Here we are.
Well, you can see behind when you do it.
Photograph of Majesty the Queen, 1978. And who's missing?
Cutting the chops off.
Prince Philip, the boyfriend, the lover, husband.
It was
Left the scene.
really.
Okay, yeah. He's left the scene, left the tiller as usual. He always liked to make a show of her in the public.
Yeah.
And he did.
Oh jeez.
Well, if you go down there, they've got a corridor which is at the start.
Okay. And that's what they do, they cut a large slab and then reduce it down in size to whatever size they wanted for that phase of building the cathedral.
Wow.
Yeah.
The prep area, the sausage machines.
That's how deep it went. And that's 1901.
If I start to speech.
This is our foundation stone here. This is King George and Queen Mary at the function here. this was like a big open field here in the
Okay.
cathedral. Yeah. And they're all the invited guests.
That's crazy.
Okay. This is where we stored some of the stone. It'd just be the mason's yard.
Okay.
And they'll have cut them pretty rough. Not far off perfect. And then they'd smooth them down even more when they needed them.
Oh, okay.
This is the Great Western Doors. That's the front door. You know, as you walk into the cathedral.
Yeah.
That's the main front door there. It's always closed. It opens every now and again, the Great Western Door. But you can see the original brickwork, you see. They put sandstone over it, you see.
Oh.
One of the little tricks.
I didn't know that.
And this is our first part of the cathedral that was built. This is called the Lady Chapel. And you can see some of the filigree work. No roof on yet.
That's
This is all tree.
the Lady.
This is all wood. Tied. You know what I mean? Not modern technology.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Very dated. And this is the little nave arch we've got. As you come into the cathedral,
That big arch right at the end.
that's the first arch, yeah,
Okay.
on the entrance, yeah.
Oh, like do you enter kind of like over here?
And look, they've got big figures here, and some people don't even notice them because they're looking at this, and you can't.
Everything.
Yeah, you're looking at everything, and sometimes you're distracted and you miss
You missed that part.
them there. This is again a part of the Lady Chapel. This is when the roof's on.
Oh, okay.
Again, you can see all they've done is tie it with rope tie, a few locking pieces here and there. But magnificent work, and this is an early part of the building. Just left all the mess here. Got various pieces of stuff around. This
Oh
is
my gosh.
You can see the arches. That part of the cathedral is absolutely beautiful. When it's open, that's one of the first things you want to look at. If you go to the Lady Chapel and you stand at the very end, like there's the staircase going up. So you'd stand at that end or that side. You've got the arches both sides,
Okay.
and you look at it, and the symmetry. It's like mirror images. It's fantastic, and it's the same with the gallery floor, which is like the first floor.
Okay.
And if you go in there, you'll see it again. It's the symmetry of it.
The symmetry.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. And that's just the light there.
Okay.
This is 1949. That's the year I was born.
Oh,
1949, yeah. Princess then. She's only a princess.
so young. I love the Queen.
Yeah, and this is some of the little properties that were around at the time. These have all gone now.
All the, like little houses and stuff
all
that
those
were.
little houses, yeah, and little shops. And that's the graduate consecration of the Lady Chapel.
Oh,
And this is the Lady Chapel as well. Again, you wouldn't be able to see behind here because this is where the high altar is. Again, you can see all the filigree work. This window here is absolutely fantastic to look at. There's two or three sentences, but the main one is, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. And
yeah.
That's one of the sentences. And that's the arches on the other side. There's both sides.
Oh,
Arches,
really?
yeah.
Nice.
It's dedicated to all the ladies who kept the faith over hundreds of years.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. We've got a famous Scouser called Kitty Wilkinson, very
Kitty
famous
Wilkinson.
Scouser. And if you look her up, she was the one that got industrial-sized wash houses built. So yeah, before, most people suffered with pollution in the 1800s, 1900s. So we put the washing in a bath, a tin bath, wash it, put it on the line, and the smog and the pollution would attack, and it'd be filthy again.
Oh,
So it was a waste of time. We needed wash houses. So she said we need industrial sized wash houses where we can go and wash, dry and iron, and it'd all be back on the bed the same
and actually
day.
get it all done.
Yeah, and healthiness is next to, cleanliness is next to healthiness. So
Yeah.
she won the battle.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
And this is the real craftsman. You see all this filigree work here. See all the finesse here.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic work. And you can see the different sizes of the stones that was being cut.
And they would just hand sculpt it down?
Yeah. This is how far we have to dig down. Okay. This is the foundations, and it's at least 20 foot down.
So this is like the level?
That's at the level.
The ground?
That's the ground floor, yeah.
Oh my
level
gosh.
floor. And look how far they have to dig down. And look at the state of the van, or the lorry that they had. Old-fashioned wheels and everything.
This is awesome.
That's some of the property that was around here at the time, overlooking the city.
Oh wow.
Lots of very rich people.
Yeah.
Again, we've got King George and Queen Mary again, but the cathedral looks, because it's black and white, it looks almost dirty, looks almost black.
Yeah.
It doesn't give any.
Doesn't.
We've still got that there. The Last Supper.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
Yeah, Judas has already left the scene, and that's Jesus presiding over the Last Supper. But it looks, because it's black and white, it doesn't give it that effect.
Yeah,
And this
and
is how
all
we
the
used
color.
This is how we used to build. We'd block one end off, okay, and then start building all this here, complete that, take that down, and we were on to the next stage.
Oh.
Yeah, so we've done it stage by stage. Again, the little back-to-back houses. You can see the little corner shops. Yeah. Again, that's the same procession from the 1924 consecration.
Oh my gosh.
And this is the proper workplace. You see where they start off on a great big lump of wood, a bit of stone rather, and then you finish it off. See how smooth that is? Beautifully done, measured to perfection. Absolutely measured. This doesn't belong to us. That's owned by the City Council. That's the oddity right opposite as you come back out.
Okay.
And this is the entrance to the cathedral.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But still a work in progress then.
Yeah.
Yeah. And talking of health and safety, these are right up in the sky, these guys.
Oh my gosh.
No ropes, nothing to
Nothing
keep
holding them
safe.
on. No.
No gloves.
Oh my
Yeah, nothing.
The hard work of
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah, and look at the craftsmanship. Perfect. And that will slide in perfectly with that piece.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And these are all our bells. This is Great George. That's our
Oh my
biggest bell.
gosh.
Yeah,
The big bell.
big bell. Well, you see the bell frame. You haven't seen nothing yet. This is only a part of the bell frame, and this shows you the size of it. See, the guys are only on top here, but look how small they are by comparison. That's the cradle.
Oh wow.
And this is one of our head masons, Joseph Phillips, and he's been working that hard that it looks like he's fell asleep.
Looks like it's
It does,
just.
doesn't it? Yeah. One of our head masons. See the craftsmanship all around it, look.
Yeah.
Hours and hours and hours of perfection. And this is the one I want to show you. This is
Oh my
the bell
gosh.
frame, right? This fella's gone up there to have his photograph taken. But have you seen the size of that?
Yeah, the bolt's like bigger than his head.
It's bigger than his head. It's unbelievable. So I don't know what that would have weighed, how much it would have weighed total-wise.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. And this is St James's Cemetery. This part
That's
here
that one
is
that's
the
just
Welsh,
lower down?
That's where our cafe is.
Oh,
Cafe area
okay.
is. So people would have a look over there and probably walk through the graveyard. Yeah? And that's just an old picture. See how quaint the car is?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it done.
Awesome.
Okay, we'll go back this way because it's easier to come out this way.
Thank you so much for the little
You're welcome.
little tour.
You're welcome. I'm
That
sorry
was
you
very
can't see
exciting.
anymore.
Yeah, no, that was amazing and muchly appreciated. I was like,
And that's a great man himself. Down to the spot. Because he never saw the completed Giles.
no.
No, he died in 1960,
Oh,
aged 80. I don't know if he made the full 80, but that would have brought him up to the 80 mark, so I don't know whether he had his birthday.
oh, okay.
Hi, guys. Be
Exciting.
nice.
Time to move on to the next
Yeah,
one.
that's it.
Clean up and. What's your name?
Terry.
Terry?
Yeah.
Joanna. Thank you very much for the little tour.
You're welcome, no problem. Just pity I can't give you the guided tour, but
It's all good.
it is what it is.
I'm in England for a year, so
Oh, well.
I'll make my way back down to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sue. You too. I will say that I thought this was a face from far away, not a family coat of arms. Either way, it's really pretty. It was kind of weird as a face, but very pretty as a coat of arms. Jesus. Hello. Hi. Beautiful. The only one with a plaque.